Okay. Hi, Batool.
Hi, how are you, Miss Karen?
I'm good. How are you?
So today, fine. So I was very, curious to see today you're going to give some lesson. You told me you're going to like start the session related to one rule.
Oh, that was a
Yeah.
that was a misunderstanding. I'm creating a
Mm-hmm.
training.
Ah,
I
yes, that training. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not. Maybe I could share some of it today. That some of it is ready, um,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not already.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
But maybe I could share like the first couple of lessons. I have most of them written, but there are a few that I've added. That's because I created this training before, but I've learned so much about the one rule in um, on these days, the show. So um, I've added to the I've added to the training, and that's what I'm doing, putting together.
Mm.
But I think the first couple of lessons, I I could maybe share today. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to start with that? I
No, no,
will.
I want to start whatever you are ready with. I just want to hear
Okay.
that, whatever you are ready with.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So I'm gonna do a screen share.
sure.
Okay. Welcome to Karen Rice's Family Zoom Station, episode 16. The Guardians Go Public. I just want to let you know that when I finished writing this, I was thinking that it might be a chapter. There might be a whole book, and last week would have been the first chapter. During the first part of this 1 hour show, I share tips, strategies, and stories to create harmony with kids. Then we get into Q&A and discussion. When I talk about creating harmony with kids, I often bring up the one rule. In any situation where there are differences that might lead to conflict between you and your kids, use the one rule. Using the one rule means you find agreement. That's the rule. The one rule equals agreement. Agreement equals harmony. You find an idea that everyone likes, then you have agreement. When you follow this rule, you find harmony. You discover what needs to shift so that everyone involved feels good about the situation. It has never failed me when I have used it. Even though I had not isolated it and named it, it was very much a part of raising my children and working with students as a Montessori teacher in our Montessori school, as well as with students in public schools. The Guardians. Pam, Jenny, Lacey, Ken, Timmy, Jeff, Elaine, John, Mitch, Mary. Guardians coach on the one rule, Kathy, Timmy's mom. The guardians had been coming to Kathy and Timmy's every week to practice using the one rule to help them in their roles as guardians. They took turns bringing snacks so that Kathy wouldn't have to feed them all, especially since their numbers were growing. They dropped the snacks off at Timmy's and Kathy's when they picked Timmy up so they could walk with him to school. Today was Jeff and Elaine's turn to bring the snacks. Hey, Timmy, here are the snacks for the guardians meeting after school, said Jeff as Timmy opened the door. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Elaine, said Timmy. I'll be right out. Timmy sure wasn't afraid of Jeff anymore. In fact, they were good buddies. Jeff had been in the Guardians for a few weeks now. Ken had invited Jeff, just like in the demo that he and Lacey did that first day. Jeff discovered how good it feels to help other people. He loved helping hand out equipment at lunch. He used the one rule to make sure everyone felt good. He no longer felt like all he was good for was making trouble for other people. Now he felt proud of himself. Now he got smiles from other kids and adults at school. Everyone knew him and called out, "Hi, Jeff." Jeff invited Elaine to join the Guardians. She was Jeff's younger sister. She was actually in Timmy's class, and since they were both Guardians, they had become very good friends. At one of the weekly practice sessions, the Guardians had learned that when they saw kids who looked like they might be having trouble, they could go up to the kids and say, "Does anyone want some help?" That was Jeff's and Elaine's specialty. Then the kids would tell them what was happening, and the Guardians would use the one rule and help them solve their problem, usually in minutes, so it didn't cut into their playtime. Sometimes now, kids who were having problems would come to one of the Guardians and ask them to help them solve their problem fast. The Guardians were wondering about teaching the one rule to the other kids, all the kids who were interested. Then they could solve their own problems fast. In fact, today, that was one thing they wanted to talk about before they practiced using the one rule. They knew they'd have to talk with Miss Jensen. She was the teacher sponsoring their club, the Guardians. She made sure they had approval to walk to school with kids who felt better walking with Guardians. She got school approval for the Guardians to help out during lunch and even recesses. She was also the one who came up with the idea that when they were working as Guardians, they would work with at least one Guardian. If they use it, then they won't always have to come to us to solve their problems. We've asked a few of the kids. They don't want to be Guardians, but they'd like to know how to solve problems fast. Miss Jensen said that it would be helpful if every class had at least a couple of kids who know the one rule and could help out in class sometimes. That's the first thing we want to talk about today. So, what do you have in mind? Asked Kathy. Jenny had an interesting idea, said Pam. Explain your idea, Jen. Well, my mom is on the PTSA, the Parent Teacher Student Association. Sometimes she talks about the meetings. She really likes the Guardian and that I'm in the club. In it, you're one of the founding members. You came up with the name, said Pam. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, one of the things she's always talking about is fundraising. They do things to earn money for things like the 6th grade trip and other things. I was telling Pam about this, and we came up with a great idea. Let's do a fundraiser with the PTSA, teaching the one rule to anyone who wants to learn. Kids, grown-ups. Grown-ups sure need to learn the one rule, said Jeff. You got that right, Jeff, said Lacey. Hey, we decide on the problem and then figure out our demo, and then we perform the demo for everyone. What if the fundraiser came in 2 parts? During the day, we teach the one rule just like Kathy taught it to us. Then in the evening, anyone who wants can perform their demos on the stage for all their families. And the families can buy tickets to come and watch. What do you think? That sounds fun, said Pam. Would you be part of it, Kathy? I'll have to make sure I'm not working on the day of the event. I think Kathy should get part of the money that comes for the fundraiser, said Mary, one of the newest guardians. Oh yes, that was part of the idea. The guardians are going to get some of the money too. Of course, Kathy would be paid to be the head coach on the one rule, said Jenny. Think of all she's done for us and never been paid, said Lacey. Well, being paid for coaching at this event makes all the difference. I can just arrange to take the day off. So any day works for me, said Kathy. Does anyone have any other ideas or questions about this? Asked Pam. Since no one responded, so I guess we all agree that this is a good idea. Let's decide what we need to do next, said Pam. We have to talk with Miss Jensen, said Elaine. Timmy and I can do that, right, Timmy? Sure, Elaine, said Timmy. Pam, would you come over and talk with my mom with me? Asked Jenny. We can do that today after practice, said Pam. That sounds good, said Jenny. I think we should all talk with some of the kids who've said they want to learn the one rule, said John, another of the newer guardians. We can tell them about our plan and see what they say about it. I think that's a good idea for any of us who want to do that, said Jeff. We can all report to the group next week. Oh, yeah. Any of us who want to do that, said John. I'm learning about agreement. It's the best, but I'm still learning. I just had a thought, said Mary. What if kids from other schools or groups want to learn how to be guardians for the kids that they are with and start their own guardians club? Great thinking, Mary, said Pam. That sounds like it could easily happen. Well, we could teach them. It would be great if Kathy could coach them, but you have to work, don't you, Kathy? I'll have to think about this, said Kathy. It sounds just like what I've been wanting since our first meeting. I'll say yes. I will be the coach, even for other groups, and maybe put on other events like the one you thought of, the one we've been talking about. This is like a dream come true. This is a dream come true. A dream coming true. It'll work out somehow. It's too good not to. Okay, before we start our practice, let's get clear on what we're doing next. Elaine and Timmy are going to talk with Miss Jensen. Jen and I are going to talk with her mom, and anyone who wants to is going to talk with the kids who are interested in learning the one rule. Right? Asked Pam. Right, shouted the guardians. Oh, hi. Hi, Sera.
Hi there. I'm sorry I missed the beginning again.
Oh, well,
My
I
husband
will.
works. My husband works night, so he comes back at 8:20, and then the morning seems to go so fast. You know, I have so
I
many
can
things I need to
imagine.
talk with him, and then the kids start coming in the kitchen, and it gets busy. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't mean to be late.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I'll just I'll send out the slides again and I'll
Yeah,
put it on YouTube. So,
that's great. I saw the slides last time too. That was really
okay.
good.
Okay. I was saying one thing I was telling in the beginning, I hadn't written this down, but when I finished this chapter, because I didn't think it was going to go this way, but it felt like a chapter. I just said it. It felt like a chapter, like, wow, this could be a book. And last week could be the first chapter and the second chapter. And I have other ideas of things I'd like to do. In fact, I thought I was going to be doing something different this time, but this is how it came out. So
Wow.
anyway.
You know, if you want to do a book, I know a great illustrator. She's,
Oh,
I think she might like this kind of idea. I don't know. She could send you samples of her art, because I think this would be really cool with illustrations, like for young people,
yeah.
school kids,
Now,
and for teachers.
I've thought about illustrations, but I've been wondering, I didn't want to limit it to one group of
Age group.
kids
Yeah.
or residents or any limitations like that. I want it to be open. So the illustrations, I think, like this time I put the bag of fruit that they brought, or the food that they brought for the snack, which, I mean, it might be a little limiting in terms of different countries, but anyway, or there could just be a variety of the books. So
Yeah.
anyway.
I mean, it's a nice idea.
Hi, how are you, Sarah?
Good, Batool. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I was thinking one thing with Karen. What if you just, like Sarah is saying, adding illustrations, and along with that, you add some activities along with that for the children.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Exercises.
Like in which,
Yeah.
like, yes,
Yeah,
like in which, like you just said, that fruit and all, you just give them some ideas, and they draw their own imagination.
Yeah.
Like this, how it could be. So more creativity will come out of the child, and they will really enjoy by reading and understanding and deeply thinking about it,
that's a
and
good
having some
idea.
illustrations to help and draw. So these
Yeah,
types of books can be even used in schools, even, and at homes. Even mothers can teach, like
yeah,
by reading the way you have written. So like what can be the character of this, draw the character, something imagination would,
Right. That's a
just
good
an idea came in my
idea.
mind.
Yeah. I like it.
I hope you can really do it, Karen. As if
Oh, I
you,
can.
that's
Yeah, I
great.
mean, I put out one book
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
have,
because the concept is so good because now, I mean, I don't know how long you want to make it or how quickly it will come out, but even beyond this year and next year, I think this whole pandemic has changed so many people's lives. And the kids being at home this year from school, it's in Clark County, it's starting on the 24th of August, which is a little bit later than the last couple of years. They kind of always go back and forth, starting early in August, starting late in August. But this time they're doing everything from home so far. But yet, they're still trying to distribute the food at the school. So they don't know what they're doing. And then somebody said they're looking for large, anyhow. So America, Las Vegas is changing a lot. So this kind of book is just really, really wonderful for parents because they're suddenly at home with their kids more than before, you know,
right.
or the kids, I mean, I don't know, for working parents, I can't imagine people who have been in a two working household and now the kids are studying at home. Um, this is changing so many things here.
Because, even coloring is a good therapy. Kids enjoy coloring. So when once they draw, they're going to put their own colors and, mind relaxation. And this will be more and more interesting for them. And then will hopefully show to their friends, and also more promotion will be there for that book in a way that see how my child has read it nicely and drawn the pictures. This is her imagination
Ah,
came out.
right. Yeah.
I can give you this contact information for somebody who does the artwork, just to start looking at it.
Yeah,
The
that's a good idea. And
I think that
Batool, any
yeah.
ideas that you have, you could write and share with me
Yeah,
also.
sure. I will
Okay.
definitely, with the help of by reading your slides, I will. Because in the end of the book, you can even put some questions, some critical
Yes.
thinking questions. What if you were in that
Yes.
place?
That's a
Some
great
activities.
idea.
Yeah, because that will be then a proper, like a novel type of a chapter book for a child according to their age, and they will really love it.
Very good
Even the
idea.
thing, because while reading they have to be careful. Maybe you can ask some critical questions in the end, which like, what is a guardian to you? Have you ever met a guardian? Or like, draw your imagination of a guardian. So many
Right.
many, just not simple, I mean to say, question answers, I mean to say critical thinking questions,
That would be
which,
great
yeah,
if you could,
yeah, I will really help you.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll help you
Okay.
with it.
That would
I
be
will help you.
beautiful.
That
Yeah,
will definitely,
a group effort.
Yeah,
yeah, group
I'm
effort.
actually I'm texting the artist right now.
All right. Cool.
Sarah is already too excited.
I just want to find out what she's doing because her and her husband are both amazing watercolor artists, and her daughter
Wow.
also does beautiful acrylic paintings. The mom does acrylic also, but they're both really good watercolor artists, and the daughter does illustrations too. And then I worked with them years ago in New Hampshire. I think it was 2005 or 2007. And I always told her I would write books about Brazil and she could illustrate them for me. But she never
Wow.
did. She never did.
Yeah.
But you might, huh?
Yeah, because we would always talk about, I have all these amazing stories about all these animals in Brazil that
Wow.
we lived 20 years in Brazil in the wetlands region, Batool. So
Oh wow.
I raised all my kids down there, and
Oh wow.
it's like really super raw nature. It's very, very, like you were the endangered species.
Wow.
But it was really amazing. It was fun, you know, and it was beautiful, so beautiful. So anyhow, I'm texting her now, I'm messaging her, and just asking what she's doing these days. You know, how her health is and whatever. I'll check it out.
Because after the first step, slowly things evolve from it more and more. You can be like, is like, I don't want to say like this, that diary of the wimpy kid. I don't like that wimpy kid diaries. Like, students will love those diaries. I don't know why, but I really appreciate that they read some content like these types of content, so they will enjoy by doing creative activities and all.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Then they can even share their drawings with you. They can email you. You can show on your website and something, and
Well,
so
I just discovered something. Somebody has been in some group. It's like a networking group, and she's been reaching out. So I finally went and checked out what she's doing, and maybe something like that. She's writing a book. She has chapters up um, on the web page, and with it is you can do some drawings and things like that, and send them to her and share them with other people. And
oh,
um,
that's nice.
so this might be a format that this could take, in addition to other formats. But anyway, I thought it was,
Yeah, because in the end, you can put your own book review template even. Students can fill that book review, and they can, with a format like, they can post you. They will be very excited to post you, because nowadays we don't post anymore, we email. But let's just take them to some, old times even. So I believe it will be fun for them, reading and coloring, and then posting you a book review about it. So,
yeah,
because it's a great thing for the student to, just talk to the writer about it.
you know,
Even the parents,
the thing is that originally I had just thought of this as a way of getting examples up of different situations where the one rule is used. And that is kind of still my idea. And I wasn't thinking at all about having it for kids, but it's kind of evolving that way. So anyway.
like, it's nice. Your heart is taking you to a direction, and you're following that. You're writing your mind and heart both together.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's it's good. It's really very good.
yeah. And this is making it, this is both of you are enriching and expanding, and it just feels perfect to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I've always really believed in your curriculum and your experiences, Karen, how much the children can really do so much when you just create the environment and that that belief system of the patience and the agreement, you know, that people will look out for others when they are, uh, um, you know, when they're, it's not like they have to be taught to do it, but when they're protected, I don't know the right way to express it. It's like, uh, you know, the belief system that they will look out for others, regard like it's like not it's like not teaching them to be impatient. You know, it's just, I suppose, when they are support like their own emotions or their own desires, when they're not threatened, or do you know what I'm
Right.
trying to say? Do you know what I'm trying to say? That they naturally
Yeah.
Yes, it's in their
enhance,
nature.
yeah,
If
yeah,
they are helped to be truly who they are in the moment, they will naturally care about the other people that are in that moment with them.
right,
And I think the word threatened is a good one, because one of the primary practices with between adults and children um, is using punishment to control them. And punishment is making them feel bad one way or another, whether it's physical or mental, emotional. And so if they don't, if that's not a part of their world, then I think they're just, by nature, they do care about other people that are with them in their world. And that will come out. And if the adults in their world model that for them, then that's what they take on. That's just like, oh, well, that's how it's done. And if it goes really well, then there's no need to question that, yeah, that is how it's done. And that is how it's done. So,
yeah. Because I think their own good feelings really affirm that to themselves.
yes,
Because I
yes,
feel good, I feel loved, I feel taken care of, but I feel good because I took care of somebody else also,
yes, that
and they're
also.
happy. So, like,
Yeah, that came out in the story today. And did you miss the um, where the boy who'd been the bully last time, he got invited and now he's in the Guardians for real?
oh, I
Yeah.
just no, but I remember the character from last time that
Yeah, and now,
he was surprised that you really want me to be doing that. You actually trust me.
right. Anyway, so it develops more in this one. And I think that I mean, that's been my experience, is that if the child gets to feel good about who they are, then they feel good about other people and want to help them keep in that good feeling state. So,
Something that always moved me, and I don't know why this one example stands out, but probably because I have a lot of my own children. In your book, I think the millennial, the educator
parenting
for
for the new millennium.
yeah,
Yeah.
millennial, and there was an example of the baby crying in the car seat, and the family pulled over when they were going on vacation.
Oh, right, right. Yes.
Yeah, to listen to the baby, to
Right,
listen. It was a really amazing kind of thing because you couldn't even imagine doing that in kind of a rat race kind of society. That the last person you ever need to listen to an infant crying in a car. You know,
right,
Wow.
honestly, if
Good.
you're really thinking about the human development, what are you asking for? You you know, it
right,
was very good, solid, like how do you say it, like a unlocking a door. You know that actually, if you listen, then problems can be solved in such a healthy way. But if
right.
people are always shut out, always put down, then the problems will always be there.
Yep.
It's very nice. I believe that the beauty of a parenting lies that parents and children, they understand without words each other. Like if
Yes.
something is like making me upset or making in a blue mood, so my child understands even without I say something.
Mm.
He knows. You don't need to, speak even with words. You don't need to communicate. That relation, that bond, that, some inner thing comes out and feelings, they touch each other. Okay, whoa, this can upset my mom, or this can upset my child, little like, and it works with love and care, making each other important. Because in a family, like I saw today a post, and the mother was very, frustrated. She wrote that I already had 2 year daughter, and she runs from me, and again I'm pregnant, and I cannot give time to my daughter. So I want her to be with me, but she hates me and she doesn't want to be with me. So she was very upset. So I told her back that it's not that she's upset, it's you are upset right now. It's not your daughter, it's you. You must, fresh up yourself. You must, you know just dress up nicely and talk to your daughter, take her to a walk, because she's just 2 years old. Give beautiful time, spend time with her. Show her favorite TV, music, whatever she likes. Make a time, like just you say, agreement, in a way that she doesn't even feel, and she knows that I am getting time from my mom. And no matter what, this time will pass. I said that you are lucky. God has gifted you another daughter, even, or another son, even. So your daughter is getting a partner. This time will pass. But at this time, you need to be very strong,
Mm.
because whatever you are going through, the baby is feeling that.
Right.
The baby in the outer world and the baby inside you, even.
That's right.
It's not only the food we eat and the energy we give to our child, it's everything. So this is my, like, a mother. God has made mother the most powerful person. A mother strong enough can raise even without a father a child, but sometimes the father mostly is unable to raise children without a mother, so he needs to get married and all. But mother nature is very strong. Mother has superpowers. Her prayers, her, no matter
Yeah.
what, her feelings,
Hmm.
whole supernatural powers inside her. And that can be given to your children. And it's not only that who does not have a child is not a mother. No, it's a feeling. This motherhood is a feeling inside of loving and caring. This is what a mother is.
Yes.
Yeah, that parental heart, just being
Yeah,
concerned about that other person,
exactly.
regardless of
Exactly.
how you feel yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. So these things, are very important that we feel, and we need to help the mothers even. We need to help them to take that energy
Yeah,
out. Oh, how, like, you have a whole world inside you. Why are you frustrated? You are so lucky. You are most powerful
Hmm.
person in the world. Come on, stand up.
and sometimes they can be the worst critics of themselves too. The
Yeah,
worst
they
Definitely.
can.
person to
They
put their
can.
own self down.
Yep.
Yes,
It's true.
because you have to take your inner strength, inner power out. You have to.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's really is nice to have like a group of moms or people who could study these things together, and be able to support each other, and to, you know, because you spend a lot of time thinking about the other children, the family, the home, the husband, the education, the finance, whatever you're doing, or your own job, your own skills, whatever your work might be. Um, but like those superpowers, you can get stretched to, you know, so far. And so if you have other people, other mothers who, like you said, what now Batool is like to encourage the moms to encourage each other even just one small word. It doesn't take a
Yeah,
lot of time, but just like,
exactly.
wow, you did a great job there. It's like, wow, amazing. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that kind of validation. And then it changes your whole energy level, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, it's, yeah, because mother's job is 24/7.
I
Like,
was
no
just,
matter what.
Never
that's
ending,
right.
right?
I was just thinking that uh, they're the true guardians,
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
the mothers.
And think those young kids who want to take on that uh, role, responsibility, or heart or mindset in the future, what that will do to their parenting skills.
true.
Yeah,
Right.
it's really good education. We think of geography and science or something, but you know, relationship skills are so hard, so
Yeah, and
hard.
that's very important to teach even. That's very
Very,
Yes,
important.
very.
really.
That's foundational of
It,
everything. I mean,
that's right.
everything. We have a relationship with anything that exists, let alone all the people.
That's right.
Everything. That's relationship.
Yeah, we are part of a larger whole.
Yeah.
Because we have, because like I always tell my kids that like there's no particular day that you say today's a Father's Day, today's a Mother's Day. Every day
Oh,
is a
yeah,
Mother's Day, every day is a Father's Day. It's only that whenever you do something, you make your father proud, you make your mother proud.
that's right.
That's the Mother's Day, because you
Mm,
showed your mother's efforts. You showed, you know, when someone praise you, it's your mother they're praising, it's your parents they are praising. That is what they need at that time. You know, a mother thinks that whole energy, a whole time she's doing, she's getting some fruit of.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful relationship of parents. They don't expect anything from their children.
mm.
Very beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, it can be.
It's hard sometimes for people to be able to believe in themselves. So I'm thinking like that relationship, like Karen said, it can be. And you think about a lot of families in, you know, in difficult finances or something like that. And some, of course, there's a lot of abuse out there too, child abuse. And
True.
there's a lot of parents who are just really kind of lost and not being able to figure out what they're doing or how to get
Unfortunately,
ahead.
yeah, I have noticed, Sarah, that unfortunately parents they take their frustration out on children.
Or what?
Yes.
Unfortunately, they take the frustration out on children
Yes, yes, that's right.
because children are innocent, they can't go anywhere. So they are the thing in which they're taking their anger, you know, everything out.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the
You're
challenge.
destroying the beautiful flowers, you're destroying the beautiful plants. It's a very
Right.
famous story that there were two plants, and you would like one you used to curse a lot. Every day, a person used to curse that plant daily, saying abusive words and all. And on the other hand, he used to speak polite and loving words to the other plant. The
Mm,
plant whom he used to curse was withdraw, and the
yeah,
plant whom he used to talk lovingly flourish.
yeah.
Right. I've heard of that too.
And when I heard that story, I think it was somebody in the was giving a principle of creation lecture about creation and about the energies. And that story, the way it was in that book, was that there were three groups in a study of first graders, and group A was supposed to water the plants and take care of them and not say anything good or bad. And then B group was supposed to say all good things and water and take care. and all the plants were in separate groups. And then the C group was supposed to say all the negative things and just insult the plants and say terrible things. But in that study, the C group grew the best because one little boy was going in after school because he felt so bad about saying bad things to the plants. So he was crying and he was saying all these good things to the plants that were supposed to grow the worst. But the other kids that were saying the positive things, their plants were doing okay, but they were bored with it. They were bored with the whole experiment and they were just saying it just like words, you know. But the boy who was supposed to be saying the bad things and came in after school crying and saying the good things, the plants responded even more because he was really loving it. It was really,
Wow.
Yeah. That's cute. That's so
it
cute.
was so cute. You know, the sincerity, you know, the real love. You know. The
Interesting.
words are important, though. The words really do have power, I believe, words themselves. But the words with even the stronger emotion had more power. So with the children, yeah, how much do they
Yeah.
respond to everything that we say? Yeah.
And see, in the early times, in the lower classes, when you teach them to grasp quickly all these concepts.
Mm.
Usually students, they take sociology when they go to higher levels, and then they study about human psychology or later on. But I believe these relationship type of subjects should be there from the very beginning, not in a form of notes or something, in the form of storytelling activities, where they understand the nature of a person, where they should learn ethics, the values. It's not only I'm talking about with the religion, no, just beside it, humanity. Respect everyone, respect every human, respect every profession. Even if a sweeper, you don't, if you needs respect, he deserves respect. If he does not clean the road, then your road will be dirty. Who will clean it
That's
up?
right.
A mechanic, if he doesn't fix your car, then sorry to say, your $1 billion car has gone down.
Yes.
So behind every profession, these all are professions, and we have to respect each and every profession because they are earning. They are working, and they are earning for their families in a respectful way. We have to give respect. We only talk about high professions and everything, but I believe we should teach children these things even. Go, make a card for a mechanic, give him the card. Thank you so much, you fix cars. Your hands get dirty, and all these things. Like, it's very important to a sweeper just to say thank you so much, you clean our street.
Yeah.
Little things work, little things, little activities should be there.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just my feelings to share over here with you all, what
Yeah,
I
that's
think and
good.
believe. Because the time has changed and people have become very materialistic. And we have to show them that money can't buy everything. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't even fight with COVID with money right now. So money can't, you need prayers. So we need prayers. We need prayers.
Mm.
We need wishes. We need true relationship, true love. That is what makes us strong.
Yes.
That's wonderful, Batool. It's really true.
Yeah, because see, money on the other hand is important, but for earning. But we should not take money on our senses
Mm-hmm.
and compare rich, poor, and all these things. We all are human. We all have skin. We all have feet. We all have eyes. It's not only the clothes which differentiates. If clothes, then that the credit goes to the cloth, not to you. We have to make a system in which everyone should be treated equal. At least make the little minds like this, that they should not.
Yes, that everyone should be treated well.
Yeah,
That's what I was really moved by in that example of the baby in the car seat, was that that was a
yeah,
whole person. It wasn't just a mini person and there'd be a whole person once they grew up, but they were already a whole person. That
Yeah.
individual, that child, that infant is a whole person right now,
true, very
right
true.
here, today, and she's
Yes.
saying something or he's saying something and it deserves to be heard, you know, because it's a person, and you don't need to be more than that. You don't need to be rich or strong or famous to be heard.
Right.
Yeah, true, very true, very true. Today I shared a post in my group in Every Child Special about Mr. Kant. I just got my eyes caught that post, that Prison to Power, and I started reading about it. That how he got in trouble because of bad company, and then by living in prison he changed himself, and he is changed now. He's sharing the positivity. So I invited him, and he joined my group. I was so happy to see that. So he
Aha.
shared his post over there, Mr. Kant. You can see Miss Karen later on. It's there,
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Prison to Power. Yeah, it's so important that, see, like, people should not think that suppose if a person has done some crime, so he cannot change. Times changed. We have to help each other. We have to share our experience because we are not angels. No one is angel. We, like last time we talked about, everyone has a good and a bad side inside.
Right. It just
Right.
depends on what we let out.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, and
what
how
we
we
let out.
encourage
And we
what
have to
would
help
come through.
others to come out. If a person wants to go on a right, help. Just give your
right.
hand. Come on, go with you. This helps us, not them, because when we help someone, we are not helping them. We are actually helping ourselves.
Yes, so
Mm.
true.
Basically, yeah,
Yeah.
because we are helping ourselves. If people understand this thing, so like I believe the world changes, start beginning to at least change, because this COVID has changed many minds now. If we see the negative points, yes, schools were closed, we see, but we see how globally we are connected to each other. Even in normal times, we don't have time, we are busy with this, that, and that. Now we are seeing what
Right.
is going in the other part of the world. We are connected
Yeah.
together, we are talking over here. So
Yeah.
they, like, the world has changed our thoughts now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has given us a time to think. The families are living at home together, even though they want to be safe or what, but they are spending time together. They are together, people are thinking about, they're praying, the world together is praying for the safety of the world.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to share with you too later on this afternoon something that Women's Federation is involved with. It's called Peace Road, and
Wow.
it's just a van full of kids. They are traveling 9,000 miles around America.
Wow.
They're going from Massachusetts and Virginia all the way to Los Angeles and going up to Alaska, um, praying at every part of the country that they're not every part, of course, but very main places where there was injustice, cruelty, and division. So they're going, it's called a Peace Road 2020 in United
Wow.
States. Those kids are going to be um, joined with local people at those locations. And I'll share it with you on Facebook. Okay,
Yeah,
both of
sure,
you can
Yeah.
sure.
watch.
Wow.
It's gonna be 20. It's gonna be 3 weeks or 4 weeks long that they're making this travel across. And then here in Las Vegas, Karen, we're going to meet them at the Welcome Las Vegas sign, and then we're gonna go over to the Mandalay Bay, I think, and say a prayer there.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about the Mandalay Bay, but I know that they're going to go up to the Mormon Fort and the Grant Sawyer building I think the Paiute native tribe will come. And then also, I mean, once somebody from the council will come. Every event that they go to, it's a very small group, but they're just going to meet with local people and pray about those issues. So today they started in Jamestown, Virginia, where the first black slaves were sent to this continent in 1619. So it's 400 years for that. And then tomorrow they'll be in Massachusetts at Plymouth Rock, where the Mayflower landed, and that religious freedom.
Wow.
And then,
Amazing.
right, so it's going to be quite a cool kind of event, but very
Wow.
heart-wrenching, I think, too. They're going to follow the Trail of Tears, and they'll go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Black Wall Street was burned to the ground. All of these places that America has a lot of healing that can happen. You know, chasing the dollar and everything like that has been, you know, very, very characteristic of American society. But at the same time, underneath, I think Americans have more typically than not believed in the goodness of humanity. But there are so many scars, nonetheless, that are still there. So trying to help America get on a good track, or, you know, be all that it can be, they're going to do this.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Give them my salutations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Actually,
Yeah.
if you want to send a letter of greeting, I'll give
Yeah,
you
I
a
would love
form,
to.
and you can
I love to.
Okay, that would be great. And just put all your organization information in it, and I can send it to you on Messenger, or if I message you, you can send me your email, your best.
Yeah, you just send me.
email.
I'll email it to you.
Oh, that's really great. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I'll
Yes.
email
And
it to you
Karen,
on
of
behalf
course,
of
with
Every
Happy
Child is
Kids.
Special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will
I'll
love to
come.
email.
Okay.
I'll
Oh,
come.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Wait,
Okay.
wonderful. It'll be August 14 in Las Vegas.
Okay.
By the
Okay.
time they get here.
That's what Leslie was mentioning. An
Yes,
event
yes,
in August
Leslie.
14th. She's
That's
conserving her energy.
yes.
Yeah.
I've been helping her.
Wow.
Okay.
She
Good.
asked me to reach out to the Paiute tribe because my dad is Chickasaw, so I use their dentist all the time. That's why I go.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We must
Well,
encourage them.
But so the Native American tribes here, they
Yeah.
help each other with the health care or any kind of facility that one Native tribe has in the area. If the descendants of the other Native tribes
Very nice.
are
Very nice.
registered, if they have a registration ID, you can use the doctor at the other tribes.
Very nice. Very
hospitals.
nice.
very.
It's very nice. Very nice.
So
Yeah.
thank
Why
you,
humanity is alive. Yeah,
yeah,
it's very nice.
great grandfather. Thank
Well, thank
Very
you
nice.
for being here. It's wonderful.
you.
I really
Same
appreciate
here.
the things that you shared today, both of you, a lot. I'm gonna have to go now though, so
Yes.
Yeah. Nice story. Thank you so much, Miss Karen.
so
We are honored to try.
we'll be in touch.
Sure.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Batool.
Okay.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you,
Love
Sera.
you
Bye-bye.
both.
Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Same here. Bye.
Bye.